Hey guys, and a happy Halloween to everyone watching. This is the review that you've all been waiting for. I've been teasing this guy on my channel now for quite some time, and I've been very excited to review him. So I thought it very fitting that he should be reviewed on Halloween. Well, it will be Halloween when this video goes out. As you can see, I haven't quite carved my pumpkins yet. Also, this is my artwork up here, a bunny Michael Myers. You guys all know I'm very good at drawing bunnies. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about this, which is something that I can't believe that I actually own, to be quite honest with you. It was quite a pricey toy, but I bit the bullet, and I'm so glad that I did. So, without any further ado, as some of you will probably already know what this is, we have the NECA Retro Cloth Michael Myers from Halloween 2. And, oh my god, doesn't this just look amazing? So, before we get into the nitty-gritty, we'll take a quick look at the packaging, and to be honest, the packaging in itself is an art form. I could understand why lots of people would want to keep this in the packaging. So, it does look very nice. So you have this very nice viewing window here, which is 3D from the back card, and in there you displayed Michael Myers, of course, all of his accessories and his interchangeable head, and then at the back you have a piece of artwork which has been done specially for this figure. And then if you turn around, you've got these promotional images which have been done in this very nice montage of flames, and I really love the lighting and the shadow that they've used. It really helps to highlight the details. Oh, hello. Yeah. You can see my reflection. So from the side, you get a very clear view of the figure from both sides and from above. I really like this actually. What I do love about this packaging is that it is actually resealable. A lot of people say it isn't, but it is. It's just these sort of clamp things here are very awkward, and I'll show you what I mean later on. So, without any further ado, because I don't want to delay this any longer, let's get this guy out the packaging. Okay, so here he is, all opened up out the box. So first of all, that thing I mentioned about the packaging, as you can see, it is resealable. You can just pop it open, but the trouble that a lot of people run into is here you can see the plastic is split, and this thing here is just completely sealed in. I can't get those out at all. This is okay for me because it opens this much, so I can just kind of slide the figure in and out, but as you can see it does clamp shut, so you can redisplay this figure whenever you want. I've seen a lot of people actually cut the plastic. If you want to throw the box away and you've got a good place to display this guy, then by all means, you know, it's just plastic. But I think if you're like me and you don't quite yet have a glass display cabinet, then I would highly advise you keep this figure in here when you're done with it. And it's you can hang it up on the wall. It's got these little pegs here, so yeah, it's just an option, and you do get that amazing artwork in the back, and it looks very good in the box actually. But anyway, before we start, we'll just have a closer look at this artwork. I mean, look at that. That's amazing. Such great detail of the hospital. Wonderful artwork here. And then on the back you've got that. I think it does say somewhere, doesn't it, who did the artwork. It says, here's a quick look at everyone that was involved. Like NECA Real Toys, made in China, includes hammer, syringe, knife, scalpel, and alternate head and hand. So, yeah. Put that back. So, taking a look at the main man himself. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I just think that this figure looks absolutely incredible. And me and my friend Lee are actually going to be watching the Halloween film soon. But my god, like, this is horrifying but so cool at the same time. So, first of all, the reason why I picked up this figure. Now, originally, I was going to get the Halloween 2 Ultimate Michael Myers in the 7-inch range because, you know, the 7-inch figures are the figures that I collect. I don't really collect retro cloth figures for reasons that I'll get onto in a moment. But I'm not going to lie, when I saw this head sculpt, I was like, it's so much better. It is so much better than the 7-inch Halloween 2 Michael Myers that I think it justified this one-off purchase. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, and one of my favourite things about it that you'll probably already notice is that you can actually see his eyes, but they're darkened out, so from a distance they look black, like there's nothing in there, but when you get up close, that's when you can see them, if you just shine them in the light there. Absolutely amazing. And the paint on the mask, you've got that wonderful flesh tone, which is the actual colour of the Captain Kirk mask. You can see that the white paint is starting to flake off as it was in the actual film. And then you've got these darker washes to really highlight those details. The eyebrows are painted very nicely. The eye holes are so well sculpted. You have the ears, you have the infamous glue lines where the hairline's been removed. And then you have the split in the back of the mask. You have the hair's really good. It has this very nice combed back, very frizzy look to it as it is in the actual film. And then you can see Michael's neck just underneath the mask. Very, very awesome. Of course, we have the bullet holes where he's been shot multiple times. You have all the pockets and everything, even the little bit here that holds it together. You've got the back pockets. And what's awesome is the pockets are they actually do work. So if we take his hammer, you can actually stick it into his pocket if you want to. It's like if Michael wants to be very efficient and store his accessories, well, he can. And then look in here, you've got these amazing hands. Got all the veins and the skin textures. Look at that. The nails. Very, very nice. And at the bottom you have his boots, his big black boots. What I do love is that they have actually painted socks on, just so that it's not a flesh colour going straight into the shoes, because that would look weird. So yeah, it's nice that they've done that. Also, this is Velcro here, so you can open it up. They've even painted, God, he's got some abs, look at that. But they have actually painted the bullet shot wounds, which is nice, so it does show through the holes in the fabric, so, you know, and they've even painted some blood actually on the fabric, just so that, you know, it does really look like he's being shot. Absolutely awesome. So we'll go over the articulation. The articulation is actually very, very good on this guy. So you have a full 360 at the head, because the head is on a ball joint. It can rock from side to side slightly, slightly forward, back quite a long way. Then his arms can come out to about 90 degrees, but you really want to be careful of the fabric. He does have a rotation at the bicep. Once again, try not to twist it too much because you don't want to rip the fabric. A double jointed arm, so he can bring his arm right the way forward. Then out, he has a full rotation at the hand. Also can move it backwards and forwards. He does have an ab crunch joint, so he can come forward and back and also rotate, but you don't want to be doing this too much. His legs can come pretty far forward. You can do the... Yeah. But once again, just be very careful of the fabric. I'm going to be saying that pretty much every single time. He does have a 90-degree bend on the knee. I'm not sure if he has... No, he doesn't have a double-jointed knee. And he can also do the splits, for whatever reason you'd want to do that. He has a rotation at the foot from side to side, which is really good. So you can really get him to stand properly once you've done a bit of maneuvering about. Awesome. So now we'll take a look at his accessories. So in his hand, as you can see, he has the scalpel. Now this hand has been specifically sculpted to hold the scalpel. What I would say is don't try and force any of the other accessories in this hand, because it's only sculpted to hold this one accessory. If you want to have him hold any of the others, then you're going to need his alternate hand here, which has been sculpted to hold the others. So he comes with a kitchen knife, which is traditional for Michael Myers. I think this is actually a bread knife, which he takes from the woman who's making a sandwich. Can't say that nowadays. Then here you have a hammer, which he uses to bash people in. Very good hammer. Nice wood textures in it. Nice shininess to it. NECA are really good with small little details like that. And then lastly, he comes with his vaccination, because he really wants you to have it, even if he has to stick it in your eye. Yeah, I have a bit of a phobia of needles, so this is actually quite distressing to me, this one. It is quite sharp as well. But I think what we all want to see is his alternate head. I mean, my God, look at that. The blood teardrops. And I love how you can still see the eyes in there. That looks great in the light. The way you can just see that bit of shininess. So good. So, to remove the head, it's on a ball joint, so just be careful. Just try and wiggle it off. There you go. As you can see, ball joint, a lot of flexibility to it. Then you just take the other head. There we are. It's not as difficult as I thought it would be. And there you are. You can recreate that scene where you get shot. Awesome, absolutely awesome. So what I wanted to talk about in terms of the fabric was the trouble with these kind of figures that have cloth. You get things like dust and hair that sticks to them very, very easily. And down at my gran's there is a cat, and this was delivered to my gran's, so naturally I wanted to get him open and have a good look at him. And yeah, before long there were several cat's hairs that stuck to him, so that is a big problem. And especially as well with the dust is going to build up on him quite noticeably if you're displaying him on an open shelf. So what I would highly recommend is that if you are going to buy this figure, it's good that you have a glass cabinet. That would be the best place to display this guy, just because, you know, it's gonna keep the dust off him. And that's my big worry, is I don't want this fabric to become absolutely covered in dust and hair, because it's going to be very, very difficult to get off. My one and only complaint with this, and my biggest complaint with these fabric figures, is sometimes you'll often get like these little strands that keep peeling off. I've had this quite badly with some of his pockets. I think you can see there's a bit here, look. And whatever you do, guys, oh, it just came off. But you mustn't pull. If you've got a bit that's like really long and annoying, then I'd say just get a pair of scissors and very carefully just trim it off. But that's the trouble, is you do get bits of fabric that do flake off sometimes, and it really is frustrating, and it gives me a large anxiety about it, which is why I'm not really going to collect these retro cloth figures. I think this is very much just a one-off with this guy, but it's a great one-off, and he is most definitely worth it. And here we are. Oh, he just looks so awesome. I think the head sculpt is phenomenal. And also I just noticed that on this one, you can see that the skin colour is starting to show a lot more, and it's a lot more weathered than this head, which I think this is because it was later on in the film, and this mask did get more and more weathered than it already was as the filming was progressing. So very awesome attention to detail there. Also, if you want to pop the hand off, just roll the sleeve back, twist that out, there you are. Take his other hand, I think we'll put the knife in. It does fit in there very well. And then just pop that in. There you are. Now you've got a more traditional knife-wielding Michael Myers. Another thing I will point out is just how well tailored the fabric is. On a lot of these retro cloth figures you get very baggy clothing, but on this one the clothing actually fits him really nicely. It doesn't look, I mean, look at that. That straight up looks like a person. It doesn't look like a doll, you know, and coveralls are quite baggy anyway, so I suppose they could get away with it. But I just love how well tailored these clothes are and how well they fit Michael in general. So he really does look like a person, which is great. It's like you've got a mini person on your shelf, Mini Myers. So a little something that I did forget to mention was just how brilliant this sculpt is. So you might be able to see, if I hold him in the light, you can see his eyes in there. They have actually used a brown paint in this mask just to kind of keep the eyes dark, whereas with the Ultimate version they've still gone with the flesh colour, and then with the bloody mask they've used a red where the blood is, just to kind of show that he's been shot. But what's even awesome is that you might not be able to see this on camera, but you will see it when you have the actual figure, is there is actually a flesh colour inside. There is a whole 3D head in there. Well, not whole head maybe, but face. So what I really love is that the mask is actually separate from the face that's underneath. So it looks like he's wearing a mask. You might just be able to see that in there, but you can see how they've used brown over the eyes and they've painted the eyes black. So you can see that there are eyes in there, but they're darkened out, which I really love compared to the Ultimate version. But there is actually a whole 3D eyes in there, and they're actually separate from the face at the front. I just think that's so awesome. It just gives the mask a whole load of depth and realism, so it actually looks like a mask. Yeah, just a little something I forgot to mention, so I'm just going to edit this in, because I think it's absolutely awesome. Really awesome. And you can see the blood in there. So this is red, and it's a lot more shinier as well. Very cool. So, overall, what do I think of this figure? I mean, 10 out of 10. Honestly, I think overall I'd have to give it a 9, simply because I'm not a big fan of the cloth figures normally, but I just think this figure is absolutely incredible, and if you guys can track him down for a reasonable price, I would highly recommend that you do so. Here in the UK, he's quite difficult to get. I got mine from an eBay shop called The Toy Hunter, and he does still have a few in stock. He is quite on the pricey side, this one, but then again, he was only £5 more than the 7-inch Ultimate version. So, yeah. Apologise for the church bells in the background. No, honestly, I'm going to have a lot of fun displaying this guy this Halloween. So, I hope you've enjoyed this review, guys. I've really looked forward to reviewing this guy. It has been such a while since I actually got him. I've been hyping him up for a long time. So, if you enjoyed the video, guys, please sure to like, share and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this figure, and are you planning on getting it? Do you already have it? So I hope you have a very happy Halloween, guys. I hope you get lots of sweets, watch a lot of scary movies, and just have a great time. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay safe and happy wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.